Okay, welcome back. Okay, we're going to do Form 5. These are the minor chords. If you'd like to support the work I'm doing, there's a link in the description to my Subscribe Star. Appreciate that. Okay, we're going to get right to it. So these are the minor chords, and if you remember, we used this just the highest 4 strings. So this was our low note right here, this 1. And we're gonna keep that same convention with the minor chords just for now, and then we'll try a couple different ones at the end, some different options, okay? So, because it's a minor chord, the 3rd is going to be flatted. The 3rd moves down a half step, okay? So now we have 1 flat 3 5. So, for the sake of just getting to this, let's get rid of everything that's not a 1 3 or 5. And remember, we're going to just use the top 4, or the highest 4 strings. So we're going to just get rid of everything below that, because this is really our bass note, okay? And then we're also going to use this 3, this 5, and this 1, okay? Because we want to kind of stay consistent with the patterns so that you know which notes to move. Okay, so since it's a minor chord, we need to move this 3 down a half step. So we're going to move it down here. So now we have a flat 3rd. So the voicing of this chord is 1 5 1 flat 3, and you play that like this. Okay. Here's the normal 3. This is our major pattern. This note right here, we're going to move that down a half step. So we have to refinger. So here's flat 3. Here's 1. Here's 5, and there's 1 again. And then this 1 right here, that's going to be our descending note to get our other chords. The C minor major 7th, then the C minor 7th, and then the C 6th. Okay, so let's move on to C minor major 7. So let's just stick with these, the same pattern. Let's get rid of everything we don't need. Now you could play this chord with this, but then you end up with a different bass note. So just kind of pointing some of these things out as we go. Oops, need that. And we're going to get rid of the 1 because we're using the 7. Now it's a minor chord, so we need to flat that 3rd. All right, so we have the voicing is 1 5 7 flat 3, which looks like this. So flat 3 7 5 1. So what we have so far is, and again, this is not this is a progression you've heard in a lot of songs. This here, where we're moving this note down. But again, this is mainly for, learning what these chords are. So like if I played this, you would know that that's a C minor 7, or that's a C minor major 7. And plus you recognize the way they sound. Okay, so I think we covered that. C minor major 7. Okay, now we're going to do a C minor 7. So same program. Let's just get rid of everything we don't need. I'm moving kind of fast in this one because I think that if you watch the other videos, you should have a pretty good handle on what we're doing here. Okay, get rid of this 1 here. And this, since it's a minor 7, it's a flat. We have to flat the 7, move that down a half a step. So we'll get rid of that 7, put it here. Okay. But it's a minor chord, so we have to flat the 3 as well, okay? So now we have 1 5 flat 7 flat 3, and that looks like this. So flat 3 flat 7 5 1. Okay, this is what we have so far. Now that's our flat 7. Guess where that's going to go to make our 6? Right there. So let's go back to our diagram. Same program, get rid of everything here. I know I'm moving fast. If I'm moving too fast, you might want to go watch the other videos, the ones before this. Okay, get rid of that 1, and we don't need that. Okay, it's a minor chord, so we need to flat that 3rd. Okay, now we have 1 5 6 flat 3. So, you know, again, on the guitar, everything gets mixed up because of where the notes land, you know, so this is the flat 3, the 6, the 5, and then the 1 is right here, so I'm going to bar here. So I'm getting the 1 and the 6 with this finger. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, now remember that form 2 is exactly the same voicing as this, only it's an octave lower, so that's down here. Okay? Okay. Hopefully you're catching on. Now let's go. Now we're going to try our C minor major 9. Okay, so it's a C minor triad, 1 flat 3, 5, and we're adding the major 7. Okay. This word major with this number after it indicates that this major indicates that we're going to be, it's a major 7th chord. So we're using the 7th tone, right? So 1 flat 3, 5, 7, and then we're going to add a 9. So let's see what we come up with. We're going to use the same upper strings that we've been using. Okay, now remember that a 9 is the same as a 2. So we're doing a, okay, so we have, our third was here. What happens if we use that flat 3? If we use this flat 3, here's our normal third. We have a 3 up here as well. Let's try this one down here first and just see how that works. So we have a flat 3, so we want a major 7. So we don't need that. And we're going to get rid of that 3. So the flat 3 and the 5 are on the same string, so let's ditch the 5. This is going to be a stretcher to play. Let's just try it and see how it works out. So remember that 2, that 9 is the same as a 2. So this is what we have here. Okay, so I mean I would probably play that chord if I practice. You know, you'd have to practice grabbing these things. You know, so take your fingers off and put them back on. So we have 9, 7, flat 3, 1. Now, if we're going to play that exact same voicing down in form 2, you know, we end up here. You know, we end up with a 1 flat 3. Here's the 7 and a 9. And I actually do use this chord. So you get the 9, 7, flat 3, 1. So you get the 9, 7, flat 3, 1. Same voicing as below. Okay, now let's add the 5th back in. Instead of using the flat 3, we'll use the 5. Okay. So now we have. But guess what? Now it's not a minor chord because that flat 3 is the thing that turned it into a minor chord. All right. So we would have to. Well, what happens if we use this flat 3 up here? But then now it's not a 9. But what happens if so we have flat 3, 7, 5, well, we need a 1. There's a 9 there. Yeah, we're stuck with this one. Okay? This is really the chord that we're able to get this C minor major 9, okay? All right, so in the major chord version, I ended up putting all the numbers back on and wanted to show you another, let me get these all back on here. Hang on, just bear with me for a second. Just so you can read them. Okay, so now, I need another note in here. Okay, 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. Oh, here's a 4 we need as well. I mean, we're actually going to get rid of that for it. We're not going to use it for this, but we were going to try just a basic minor triad with the bass note as the 3. That's what we did in the major version, okay? So let's go back to the upper 4 strings. We'll keep all this stuff here for now. Let's just get rid of the things that we don't need. And since it's a minor chord, we're going to move that 3 a half step down to get our flat 3. And we'll get rid of that because this is just, we're doing the triad version. Get rid of that. Okay, now, what do we get going here? I don't know why it's calling, oh, there we go. It's calling it a flat 4. I don't know why I was doing that, but okay, so we're just doing a triad. So now we were here, this is our 3rd. Okay, we have a 3 here and a 3 here. Well, we're going to get rid of this 3 and there's a minor, but see, we're going to do the same thing with this 3 because it's a minor chord, right? So we'll ditch this flat 3 up here. And so now the voicing of this chord is flat 3, 1, 5, 1. Now this is an inversion of a C minor, except that the flat 3 is in the bass, okay? And so this is how you would play that. So a regular C major chord with the 3rd in the bass is right here, right? But let's move this 3rd down a half step. Okay? Okay, that's C minor. So if you're going to play C minor here, and then, so you can, move the chords around a little bit to be adventurous. Especially if you don't have a bass player, you can experiment. Oh, even if you do have a bass player, you can get away with some of this kind of stuff. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, I'm going to do a whole video on slash chords and inversions and that kind of thing, so I don't want to get too involved with that particular chord. I just wanted to show that to you just as an extra. And that's it for the minor chords. That's it for all of the 5 forms. Now we're going to get into inversions and diminished and augmented chords. And after that, then we'll use the extensions, the 9s, 11s, and 13s, and start, altering those so that we have, sharp 11, flat 5, sharp 5, flat 9, sharp 9. That's many videos down, well, not many, but it's going to be quite a few videos down the road. Thanks for watching. My subscribe star, if you want to support the work I'm doing, it's in the link in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.